Over the last decade in the Power universe, it's been a very gritty landscape. Characters have come and characters have gone. Some with fascinating life stories, some with twisted life stories. But today, we're going to dive into the life and transformation of Claudia Flynn, a key figure in the Power universe, especially when it came to book for a force in Tommy stepping foot into the Chicago metropolitan area. Now, before we jump into this and give a recap and break down Claudia Flynn from last season, if you like Power content, breakdowns, theories, and predictions like this, then hit your subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button, and we're on that road to 50,000 subscribers, so every subscriber definitely counts. Now, before we jump into this, you have to remember Claudia Flynn, she's almost a made woman in the Flynn family. Their roots go deep into Chicago. So let's jump into it. Who is Claudia Flynn? Power Book 4, Force. Claudia Flynn is the daughter of the infamous Chicago kingpin, Walter Flynn. She is also the sibling of Victor Flynn, who's next in line to take over the family operations and keep the Flynn family name alive. Claudia, she's a very intelligent woman. It's a paradox of brilliance. Her intellect is a blend of Chicago street smarts mixed with a little bit of Ivy League wisdom. She has a lot of ambition, and she's able to carve her own path and set her own lane, but this puts her on a collision course in this male-dominant criminal underworld of moving dope and keeping the Flynn family name alive. We witnessed Claudia's rise to power in the first season. This is where we seen her struggling to gain her father's trust, and this is because he wanted Victor Flynn to be next in line, but Claudia was actually the one smart enough to run the operation. Despite how brilliant she was relegated to running the family books, keeping the numbers in line while Victor was in the streets making plays. But she had a hunger for more. She had a discovery of a new drug called Dahlia, and that put her on her own journey, and it blurred the line between legality and crime and how she was about to operate with her new product outside of her father's watch. As season 1 unfolded, we started to see Claudia's involvement in the drug game start to expand, and her pockets started to get deeper full with money because Dahlia was a valuable product. She started to form alliances, and this ended up moving her into the territory of Tommy Egan, and these two, they have known about each other, but they begin to work together to help put out the production of Dahlia and have a little bit of force in the street because she is doing this outside of the Flynn family and doing it on her own. Now, Dahlia became her path to power, but it also became her path to becoming a darker character. Claudia's loyalty faced its biggest test when her family became embroiled into a war with Tommy Egan. And the reason for this is because her father, Walter Flynn, didn't believe in her enough that he would want her to be involved into the game. That's why he wanted her to stay safe in the office and work the books. Her and her brother Victor always had a close relationship, and since he was next in line, he kind of took his father's side. He was against Claudia because he also wanted to prove that he was capable of taking over the family lineage. However, her evolving relationship with her father was the revelation of betrayal and her own journey of self-discovery. She wanted to paint a picture, but she was torn between her relationship with her family and her ambition to be one that's actually running the dope game and keeping the Flynn family alive. Who could she run to? She was partnered with Tommy, going against her family, but her family was going to war with Tommy, so she was kind of stuck in between, but she had the product. Claudia in season 1, her life story wasn't the sweet life of Zach and Cody. It wasn't just internal issues with her family members and who's going to be taken over next. We started to see a transformation in her character, and this was punctuated by a trail of violence. Do these names ring a bell? Mylette, Reggie, Liliana? Well, if they don't, these are all lives that were cut short by the hands of Claudia in season 1 of Power. Now, these events mark key turning points in Claudia's journey. It showcased how she became one of the antagonists in season 2. She might still be in that same position as going against Tommy and making sure her family understands that she's capable of being in the dope game. In season 2, I could see Claudia still being one of the main antagonists. She could have a couple of new twists up her sleeve, but she'll start to build a couple of alliances when she sees that Tommy is starting to rise up the ranks when it comes to the cartel. So that means her partnering with Tommy would actually work. The cartel gives Tommy work, he gives to Claudia, and she'll probably provide the family. Now, when it comes to her family issues, that's going to be tough to decipher between. I could see her and Walter getting a little bit closer because he came to the realization that Claudia is actually the one that should be running the organization in the family name. But this is going to divide her and her brother Victor up, which will put him to go work off with Jenard, and then we'll have a whole nother issue coming from that part. Or we could look at it as Claudia realizing, hey, if I partner with Tommy, this is more of a redemption tour for me, and I can stay away from the darkness, because we know that she already got her hands dirty when it came to knocking off a few people in season 1. That was Who is Claudia Flynn? Let me know what you think about Claudia. We gave a little brief overview of what happened to her in season 1. What is the best outcome from Claudia in season 2? Is she going to take over the family name? Is she going to have to work with Tommy? Or is she going to end up being outcasted and working by herself and proving that she is her own entity? Let me know what you think. I'm Jay. Be sure to catch the latest episodes and videos that I'm dropping of the Power Universe. September 1st is right around the corner. We got the best live show ever. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. I'm on the road to 50,000 subscribers, so every subscriber counts. Thank you all. I appreciate you, and I'm out.